My channel. Now we will talk about the important function of array, that is a map function. Map mainly used for transformation of the original array into the new array. It is a immutable transformation. That means the original array will not change, and this is really crucial in some scenarios. Array actually operate on each element to transform into the new element. It does that through the callback function and return the new transform array. So let's check how array map syntax look like. So array map takes the callback function with three arguments. The first argument is element itself, that is value. Second argument is index, and third is array, which is actually this working on. So let's say element, index, array. In callback function, it get calls for each element of array. So let's say we have some three elements into array, and we try to console it inside the callback function element. So we should get three elements printed on console. So array.map function returns a new array. So if you collected this array into new array, we should get that array. If we check the new array, which is having the same length of so as original array, but actually the value is undefined. So what does that mean? It simply means the new array will get transformed only when if you return something from that transformation callback function. So right now we are not returning anything, so by default it get return undefined. So let's say if you return say 10, we should get the array with the 10 as value. So this is important to note here. Please use map function only you are trying to return element into the new transform element. It's not suitable for only iteration. For iteration, array.forEach is more suitable. So let's say to convert into the good example, let's say we are trying to find out the square of each element. So if you return element multiply element, so we will get the new array with square of each original element. Let's take another example for transferring array of object into the new array of object. So let's say we have the original array and we want new array, so I can use map function. We can use the shorthand function here, element index, let's say I array, this kind of function, but most of the time we only deal with the element, so we can skip these two argument and it still be okay for it. And we need to return the new transform element. So let's say I want to add a new property to each object as a C. So say I want to add a property C with the value 30, and I want to return that element out of this into new array. Now let's try to console it. And we should get the new array with additional property. If you check the original array, it should not change original array. So but if you check by mistakenly, it's showing the original array is also change, that is also get modified, and that's not expected behavior, because the thing is that we are adding the new property to the existing element, so we might get sometimes this kind of error. So instead of that, we can return new object with object.assign. If you want to add a new property, so our original should not get changed. So now in this, if you check now, we have the original array untouched and we get new array that is with the additional property. If you want to know about the object.assign, you can read through the documentation, or just to get a brief, it create the new object with additional property. If you are, so let's say object.assign. So this is a target object, it's a blank object. This is source object, and this is the second source object. So it will combine all these source object properties and it will create the new combine object into this target object. So let's say if I try to add A1 and B equal to 2, it will return the combine object. But if I try to give a B4, it will update the value and return the updated object. I hope you are clear with Array.map function. If you want to know more about where to use Array.forEach and where to use the Array.map function, please check through the documentation, or you can check my another video. If you like this video, please subscribe, comment,